Alright, haven't done one of these in a bit, but I'm back at it again with another Master Lost Sector video. Today's Lost Sector, we got Bunker E15. We got Barrier Overload Champs, Void Threat and Void Shields. So if you're unfamiliar with this series, basically the endgame goal is to do every single Legend Lost Sector in the game solo flawless on Master difficulty. So the one we're doing today is Bunker E15. And as always, just going to start it off on a legend run to get a feel for how the Lost Sector is, and also because I haven't played this game at all yet. So, but yeah, bringing a Solar Celestial Nighthawk build into it today. Normally I'd run this actually with Polaris Lance. It's actually been doing insane in Grandmaster content, but I just haven't been using it. Oh, and that's Gunpowder Gamble. Yeah, I knew that. But yeah, since I need Overload and Anti-Barrier, I'm actually running Arbalist. I would run a Wish Ender, but, you know, double primary cringe. I also still gotta get used to, I'm trying out Gunpowder Gamble. I still gotta get used to accidentally not throwing it at my face, thinking it's a healing nade. Because once it's charged, I can't really switch between the two. I know they did nerf Restoration. It wasn't like a huge nerf, but both Restoration ×1 and ×2 regenerate health slower than they used to. Damage this guy. But yeah, this season's gonna be quite long, so you know you might end up seeing, if you're I guess someone that watches this channel, you might end up seeing more of these. Got the boss here now. A little bit of that. Weaken the boss, and you know what? I'll just go right for yeah, it almost killed him. There we go. But yeah, Celestial Nighthawk, if you're not aware, also got buffed for this season. And yeah, it's really good, especially with the artifact perks. But yeah, that was the legend run. But yeah, I usually make these styles of videos when I just don't have a ton else to make content on. So, you know, that's kind of what's happening this week. But it's also been a bit since I've made one of these videos, so I thought I'd make another one again. But yeah, I'm not going for a super fast clear or anything of that nature. I'm just going for the solo flawless clear. Just cause there's not even necessarily like something huge that I get out of doing it. It's just more or less of a thing I just feel like doing, to be honest. And I'm gonna weaken you too. Perfect. But yeah, I haven't used this pulse in a bit. The BXR battler. Oh wow, that Minotaur got destroyed. Oh, but yeah, it's crafted with demo incandescent. Really good. I still prefer, you know, like I usually use this build with Polaris Lance and GMs and stuff. Or I should say, I tried this build out for the first time in a GM the other day, and it was doing really good. Don't get stuck on that. Man. Weaken you. Got our super, we'll just save it for the boss, probably. What we'll do is we'll get our melee back first. We'll weaken you, and then kill you before you can get your barrier up. Solar has just been so insane this season, so I'm gonna try like a few other builds. I'd really like to build into Stasis, but Stasis is just really challenging to build into sometimes, especially with how good Solar is and how not great Stasis is in a lot of situations. Hold on, this Wyvern might destroy me. There we go. I think the finisher extends Restoration too, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, even with Restoration ×1, I do gotta be still a little careful in master level content, just cause, you know, it regens my health pretty decently, but it's not as fast as it used to be, and I can still definitely get deleted. I'll just shoot 2 rockets off. Try to weaken you. Jump up there. I didn't do as much damage as I would have liked to. Oh. Weaken you. Oh, there's 2 of you now. Oh, I weakened that one too. Go ahead and hit a little finisher. Yeah, the only thing is, you know, I do have Restoration. If I needed Restoration, though, I do have Gunpowder Gamble on right now, which, you know, could not go over well for me. Rocket you. Is that everything? Did I get all the champs? Yeah, I got platinum. I didn't get the triumph, probably because I've done this, I guess solo flawlessly on master before. I will check that triumph real quick. Even with the battler and arbalist, which is not normally what I'd run this build on. Even with those weapons, you know, like it was still, I still was getting restoration, weakening things. Solar's just insane this season, to be honest. Bunker E15, flawless solo mastery, complete Bunker E15 lost sector on master difficulty solo flawlessly. There we go. Yeah, so that wasn't, I honestly thought that would have been worse. I don't know why, but I just had some like memory of me doing that lost sector and it just didn't go the greatest. For some reason, yeah, that ended up going really well. Solar's just really insane. If anyone actually cares, I'll just quickly go over what I'm running, because to be honest, I'm not even entirely sure myself. I just kind of popped on this a build I made like a bit ago, and I just decided to throw it on and see how it would do. But yeah, I'm using Marksman, Golden Gun, obviously, with Celestial Nighthawk. I got Gambler's Dodge for melee ability, triple jump. Knife Trick, the way that the knife fans out, it's really easy to scorch a target, but, you know, to also weaken the target really easily. Healing Nade, to get my health back easier. I'm actually running this with Gunpowder Gamble and On Your Mark, but you could certainly go with Knock 'em Down. Yeah, you could certainly go with Knock 'em Down if you'd like, but I haven't used Gunpowder Gamble, like, ever, so I've been using it this season on this hunter build, and it's just, you know, nice to freshen things up, and I think it's pretty underrated. As far as fragments, so Ember of Torches, you honestly don't necessarily need this season because you can just become radiant from precision hits and or final blows with a solar weapon, so you don't need this, but it is nice to have that backup. Radiant and Restoration just have an increased duration. That's great for both Restoration from Healing Nade and, you know, Radiant in general. We're going to be extending those with solar weapon final blows. You do not have to put on Ember or Char. This is just, I think, honestly, I just put this on for the plus 10 discipline. Do not need this at all. And then with Ember of Ashes, I'm just able to apply more Scorch stacks to targets. Anytime I'm using anything with Incandescent on it or anything that's going to be applying Scorch, always put on Ember of Ashes. But yeah, you don't need Ember Char. You could totally swap that out for whatever other fragment you want. Yo, post-editing Ace here. I realized I forgot to show the armor mods real quick. I don't really feel like the armor mods themselves are that necessary to show, just because the armor mod system has just been simplified and most of the stuff is fairly self-explanatory, but just run a solar surge because you're going to be running solar weapons. I threw on a heavy ammo finder. This isn't even masterwork, so and then for this, just put a harmonic loader on, and you could put on something like grenade kickstart if you wanted. I just slapped on impact induction and focusing strike. For chest armor, you just put on any resistance that goes with the activity you're playing on. I just have solar arc void, but you know, if you have an activity where you're gonna get sniped a lot, then put on sniper damage resistance, you know? Boots, I actually have 1 kinetic and 2 solar, so if you don't know, Golden Gun is coded as a kinetic weapon, so it actually will be doing more damage depending on how many kinetic surges you have, as long as you have armor charge. So I have 2 solars just for primarily solar weapons that I use with it, and then I did slap on the 1 kinetic weapon surge, assuming this is an activity where your equipment is locked and you can't swap to a pair of legs with 3 kinetic weapon surges. And then the cloak, I just have Bomber, which basically does absolutely nothing now. Powerful Attraction to collect orbs when I dodge, and then Time Dilation just to give that armor charge a little bit longer time. Pretty self-explanatory on the mods. You don't have to run exactly what I was running. But yeah, in terms of Lost Sectors, you know, glad that one's done and out of the way. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.